everybody is at home for a snow day. I do not get a snow day because apparently my company making $4 billion last year doesn't factor much into the fact that I make $100 a day. It's tough for me to get to work, and I would rather just not work. Anyway, here are today's headlines. This February, give her flowers, chocolates, and 2 minutes for roughing. That's the ad made by the New York Islanders to appeal to men who want an excuse to take their women out to a hockey game. The only trouble I have with this ad is nobody should be giving my special lady 2 minutes for roughing except for me. Whoever thought of this ad probably just wanted to fulfill some kind of weird fantasies with the New York Islanders and a bunch of women involved, and he subconsciously expressed it through this ad because it obviously didn't come out right. But hey, when you're the New York Islanders and you're one of the worst teams in the NHL, I guess you need any kind of gimmick or arousal that you can get out of people to get them to come to the games, especially at Nassau Coliseum. Not that I've been there, but I've been told it sucks. Speaking of fulfilling weird fantasies and stuff, take a look at this picture of a Polish swimmer, European champion, who's posing for Playboy. All I gotta say is whoop, boing. Louisa is her name, and wow, she looks gorgeous. In other news that makes me scratch my head, what the heck is the deal with athletes these days, particularly Kevin Garnett? Kevin Garnett is one of the most intense NBA players in the league, and a lot of people love him, especially when he cried with the Celtics when they won that championship. But this guy has gone absolutely nuts recently. I mean, last week I think he punched Frye in the nuts during a game and caused a big skirmish against the Suns. And then he gets hit in the head against the Lakers, and at some point during the game he tells a ball boy that he has a better chance of catching Osama bin Laden than getting his autograph. Now, I don't know when Kevin Garnett decided to cross the line this year and become such an asshole. Maybe he's just getting aggravated with the fact he hasn't performed the way he usually does in the last few years because he's finally starting to slow down. I gotta say he's one of my favorite players, but you know what? I can't deny it. I have lost a bit of respect for the guy. You don't punch someone in the pills unless they're trying to rape you, and you don't make comments about a terrorist to a kid who just wants your autograph. I don't really see a problem there or why you'd even bring that up. That was one of the most boneheaded comments I've ever read from an athlete. Moving along to another bonehead, Everson Griffin of the Minnesota Vikings just went through his rookie year, played 11 games this year. He got arrested twice in the span of 5 days, once for a traffic stop and then another time for assaulting a police officer on a separate incident. So this guy's been handcuffed twice and tasered once in the span of 5 days. And you know what bothers me the most? In the news report from ESPN, there's quotes in there from team officials saying how, players have to come of age and grow up and stuff, and this is how you mature, by making mistakes, defending the player. If I did this, I would have no recourse. I don't have any money for a lawyer like the average 25-year-old man that I am. And, it's just not acceptable behavior. You don't need to punch a cop in the face to come of age and learn something. That is not something you should have to learn. I mean, I think we all know if you punch a uniformed man in the mouth, you are going to face some consequences. I'd like to end today's video by giving a big shout out to a sportscaster by the name of Mike Adamle. I don't know if it's pronounced Adamle or Adamle or Adamle, but this guy was an animal when he got stopped by police for being too drunk. He used to be a WWE reporter, as you can see in this picture here, and clearly he knows how to entertain, because when this guy was pulled over, it was for being under the influence while driving, right? So he blows the little alcohol test thingy, and he blew under the legal limit, so he wasn't legally too drunk to drive. But instead of just doing the one-legged standing test and the breathing test, he actually did a headstand at one point to prove that he was not drunk. It takes a real champ to do that, because you're showing up the cops and you're acting like a complete idiot on the side of the road. So mad props to that guy for being entertaining. That's all I have to say about sports today for February 2nd, 2011. My name is Jack Choros, and if you're not watching me on YouTube, then you don't know jack about sports.